it's me back once again with another indie game. And today we are back with Middenmoon. That's right, Middenmoon. What the heck is Middenmoon? Well, it is basically a factory automation game. Very simple graphics, as you can tell. But we're kind of set on this big old planet full of dirt and gunk and junk. It's a garbage. It's literally a garbage scow in space, and it's our job to clean it all up. And we're going to do that in what I think is a really interesting way that we haven't really seen much of in many of the automation games that we've gotten together. So let's get into it. So here is our hub. So this is where we're going to send everything. So like similar to a lot of games like Shapes or what was the other one we played? The Cube game as well. There we had played there. We got to send everything over to this, and it's going to request different things in order for us to unlock different abilities and tools and stuff like that. So the first thing we got to do is send ice. So that's our current one. We got to send 100 ice over here, which should be relatively easy. We also have to send 100 machines as well. So that's the basic resources. You're going to see these on the map over here. So I've got an excavation site here for machine, and then I've got an excavation site for ice over here, and there's some other ones here for different things, kind of all over the place, and there are multiples, so we'll get there. And so what we need to do is set down an excavator. So we've got limited tools. We'll get more tools as we go in. So if we set up one for ice, we'll set up one for the excavation over here. And then you're going to see it's got this little battery single here because this is unpowered. And this is where this one kind of sets out a little bit differently than some of the other automation games we played, is the power sources are these little crystals that emit beams, or they will as soon as we put an emitter on them. And we need to then send those beams through to power these different areas. So this one's going to need a red one, and this one's going to need a blue one. So those are just kind of the basic ones. If you look down to the bottom right here, it's going to show you kind of these classic kind of like blue, green, red, cyan kind of primary colors. So it shows you how you make all the colors later on. So that's handy. We're going to need that because I will forget. But basically, we need to get a red beam shooting over for this one, and then we got to get a blue beam shooting over this. So this is the early access. It actually came out on the 30th of January. I missed it, so we're doing a video on it now, but I quite enjoyed the demo we played back a couple months ago. I will link it up here for you guys to check it out. But I think there's been some changes since then, so we'll figure a few things out that are probably new that we haven't seen. So down here we've got belts to transport stuff. We've got beam emitters, so we definitely need some of those. We've got beam deflectors. We've got a beam receiver. Okay, so I think that's new. So I think this is what we actually have to do to power machines up. And then we've got a beam terminator, so that blocks it. So those are just the simple things that we have right now. So let's get to it. So this one needs a red beam. This one needs a blue beam. All right, we got a red beam here, and we got a blue beam here. But before I do that, do we have any that are maybe on the outside of this? And the reason why I'm looking for ones on the outside of this is this area can get really busy really quickly, as I recall last time. So I might want to pull some light from elsewhere just to give myself a little bit easier working space. So I do have a red crystal over here. I don't have any blue crystals on this side. I do have one way up here, actually. So we could make use of that, possibly, so that we can save this one for some other colors later on without having to cross our beams too much. And there's not really much else out here, so maybe we'll use that. So what we do is we set down a beam emitter here, and then we can rotate it out, and then that will shoot out a beam of light, and it goes all the way across the Earth or planet or whatever this place is out into space. And then we need to just redirect it, and we can kind of shoot this thing in two different directions here and just redirect it over there, and then it goes over there. So what's new now is that I think we need to put this little beam receiver in here in order to, yeah, okay, so that's now functioning. So now that that's functioning, we can just simply drop a series of these boys right into there. So how do I need to belt that up this way. And, oh, this didn't connect that way. Can I update that? No, I think I need to, yeah, do that. Okay, perfect. So throw that there. So now our ice is going. Amazing. Yeah, so we got ice going in there, and then this one we needed a red beam, and I think I saw a red beam over here, so we'll get red beam going down that way. And then we will distribute it over here. And I like it gives you this nice little grid so you can fairly easily see where you're aiming. So we'll throw that over there. And then we'll throw an energy receiver over there so that this guy is going, which is amazing. I'm wondering if these would work. Do these work from like range? No, I guess they don't. Okay, just curious. This is a new feature for this. So do they have to be touching or can they just be close? No, they got to be touching, it looks like. So they have to be touching the edge, but they can touch anywhere along the edge. Cool. All right, so that's going in, and then now we can do the same thing over here. We'll just drive this stuff down this way. All good. Okay, so now we got all of our ice. We got all of our what is this? Machines. So these are like ancient machines that have been buried in the dirt and the grunge and the nastiness that is this planet. It's all sorting into here. So once we get to 100 of each, we'll be able to unlock this, which will just take us just a moment here. So we just have to wait for the machines to fill in there. There we go. Amazing. That comes off. That unlocks us some new stuff down here. And then we want to now clean the machines. We need clean machines. Excellent. Okay. So I don't think we even need these things in here anymore. So these are now unnecessary as far as I can tell. Like we don't actually need these things filling in here anymore. I don't think this gives us any sort of benefit. So I think I'll just get rid of it, get it out of the way. Because I don't think there's any sort of... Yeah, I don't think there's any purpose for these. Yeah, we've got upgrades, we got reserve. Item stockpiled in the hub may be spent on upgrades. Oh, we do have... Okay, so we do actually potentially need them for something. So once that's full... Oh, okay, so I didn't know. I think that might be something new. But yeah, we'll... Let me add that back in then. Sorry about that. Let me do that back in there, because it does sound like those will be useful for something later on once it gets to like 1,000 or something. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, we got a new machine. So we got a washer, so clean, make stuff less dirty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna throw one over here. And the reason why I'm throwing one over here is a lot easier to see the recipes on these than it is to go into the menu over here. So what we want is clean machines. So in order to clean machines, we need ice and we need machines, and then we need a green beam, and then we need 1 second, and that gives us a clean machine and dirt. Okay, makes sense. And that is what we need here. We need 100 clean machines to go in here. We don't need any dirt in here. So for this one, we need, what did we say? We need green light. We got green light right there. We got, obviously, machines here and ice over here. We also have a pit down there. We've got more green light down there. Just trying to see if there's any other optimal place. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're just going to set them up over here. So we can set a couple of these up. We can just set them up quite nicely. Just in a row, maybe 4 of them we'll try, I guess. Sure. We will set these up like that. Don't know if we can copy and paste anything at all, but we'll set those up. They then need power, so we will throw one of those guys there, and so then we can throw... Oh, I might have made these a little bit too close, huh? I see. Okay, so this won't go through there. It's going to block that out. Can I do that? No, because it looks like it's going there, but it isn't. Okay. That's fine. No problem. We will have to move these over a little bit. Can I, like, copy and paste or anything? It doesn't look like it, so we'll just have to remove these. And we'll just put them up a little bit higher. Like so. And then we can do the power thing again. So if I throw that like this. And then we now have dump, stoppers, redirect beam, beam emitter. Yeah, so it's a little bit different than before. So before you just had to get this laser to kind of go through them and you were powered. Now we actually have to rethink my old stratagems from here. So we now actually have to bend this light multiple times to get in here. If I put this in like this, what's going to happen is I'm just going to kind of lose the light. So I actually have to bend it or split it, and I don't have that capability yet. I've got splitters now for my belts, but not for the lights, which is fine. Let me just get this one set up, and then we can work on those other things. So what we can do now, and let me check this upgrade stuff too. What do we have here? Oh, I need like a couple thousand. Okay, so we'll keep that going for a little bit. I'm just gonna like exit that out. I'm gonna put a little splitter over here. And then we'll put a downspout there, so that will split those evenly into here. We set up the recipe, so those will start loading in there. And then we'll do something similar somewhere over here. We'll just split this up. And send those down this way. And then we're going to send them down like so. All right. And I'm pretty sure these resources are infinite. Like, we never run out. As long as these are powered, we're going to get stuff from it. They don't run out. Yeah. Okay, so that's now pumping those out. And then we're going to need an export, or not an export, but an out button over here. And then that's going to come over this way. And then we're going to do something similar here. And if I recall correctly, if I click on this, I can tell it what I want to go this way. So clean machine is going to go that way. Everything else will go the other way, but maybe we'll just determine that dirt will go down here for now. And then we can send this guy up. Oh, we're actually running into an issue here too, because I have this stuff. Oh yeah, because I don't have a way to cross paths right now. Oh my. Oh dear. Okay. No problem. How are we for the upgrade things here? Reserves? The reserves just keep going up, so I'm not sure what we use those for or how we use those. So what I will do then is I will delete this. And it doesn't seem like that's going to be super beneficial right now. So I'm just going to reconfigure this because I realize I don't have any like jumping ones or anything like that at the moment. So we'll just kind of redirect this away and down that way. All right, so that should be fine. These can now go into there. Okay, these dirt can go down. And if I remember, yeah, I have a dump over here. So for now, we'll just dump the dirt. We might need it later. I think it can be used for other stuff later on, but for now, we're just going to get rid of it. Because we don't have any storages or anything like that, so we'll just get it out of the way. We'll get these things going. That's all good. You're going to note now that this has way more supply for this one than it can actually manage, which is fine. It's okay. I think once we complete this, we get chemical plant, beam brancher, beam combiner. All right, and then down here we get belt launcher, belt catcher. So that's the important ones we really want to get there. So we'll have to see what we can do here. We might be able to reconfigure this, but I think we're going to need the belt throwers before we can really maximize these the way they are. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reconfigure that. That's fine. We can do that too. Okay, we're almost at 100. We got 100. Fantastic. We get on to the next space here. I'm assuming this thing is still going to say like the reserves that are building up. Yeah, okay. Just not sure because that bar filled up and then it stopped and now it's, yeah. And then it like got longer. Not quite sure what's going on here, but that's okay. We will figure that out later. For now, what we can do is work on the next goal, which is a fraudulent oil and phytimoline solution. Okay. And those are made in the chemical plants. All right, so I'm going to drop a chemical plant like up over here just to be able to play with it. And so we need, okay, so we need to get this. It's just one process here. We take ice and canisters with yellow beam, and then we get the two things we need. And we also get some sludge. All right. Sounds fantastic. We do now have options here to combine primary colors as well as to split beams. So that's going to be beneficial. To make yellow, we need to take red and green. Okay. So we've got red right here. We've got green over here. That's not doing us too well here. I might have to reconfigure this until I get the jumpers. I think that's next. Belt launchers, belt catchers is next. Yeah, so we'll probably have to delete this stuff and reconfigure it a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. And then for, what did we say for this? I'm just going to put it in there. For that, we need, oh, that doesn't really help me. We need ice and canisters. Ice and canisters. Okay, so we got ice right here. So let me just delete this out for now. Just going to work on one thing at a time, and then we'll reconfigure stuff as we get better technology to do so. These guys can just continue to go in, I guess, here for now. Yeah, so the belts don't block the light, which is good. Everything else does, though. So let me just make some space here. So we've got our green light here, which is great. And then we need to combine it with red light for the chemical plants. Red light we got right here, so that's pretty easy. So that's just going to go out there. And then we'll be able to combine those by, I guess we'll put a splitter here. Oh no, that's a combiner. This is a splitter. So if I do this, it will go, yeah, it'll go both ways. Fantastic. Okay, so we got red and green combining here, and then we can take that and we can make yellow. Okay, so we got yellow light. So that's where we need for these guys here. So what's the best way now? Now that I have a split beam. So if I split this beam like that, that should be fine. I can split it across multiples of these. Right? So I can throw one there and one there and one there and say like one there. Maybe I might need more space actually than that. Or actually, no, the light doesn't get in the way, I don't think. I don't know if these things are going to interact with the belts, if these are going to block the belts. I'm just going to leave it a bit more space. Just in case, and I'll leave some space in between just in case I need to get belts in between them. Right? Yeah, like so. And then these are going to be canister cracking, canister cracking, canister cracking, and more canister cracking. And then we're going to add a beam right there. We'll put a beam there, and then we grab this little guy here and we just split this up at each segment here. So those are now powered. And now we just need to get ice in here and we need to get canisters. So ice is easy. Ice is right here. We've already got that set up. We've got canisters over there. Do we have any canisters? Oh, we got a canister right there too. What color do you need? You need cyan. Okay. Well, let's set up the ice first, I guess. Let me, yeah, I don't know yet the benefit of oversupplying this. Because it seems like we'll find out when we get the machines how worth it is. And then maybe we'll need to reconfigure this later on. But in any case, we can now get some of these coming up this way. And I don't know if this will fulfill for fully or not, but we can try and see what happens. But there's that. Oh, yeah, that's fine. And this one is going to go, say, like here. All right, so I'm just setting these ones up. So that's going to go there. 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 Okay. So we got that. That's supplying ice to these four. We might need more ice, actually. There is another one over there, so that's pretty easy. There's two more over there, actually, so we can get quite a bit of ice going onto these tracks. So that should be pretty good. Next thing we need to get the canisters, which is right here. So we put an extractor or an excavator, I should say, on here. And then this needs cyan. Cyan is a combination of blue and green. All right, so we've got a green right here. And we've got blue over here. So do we have anything easier? We've got green actually over here too. So we can grab this one. Send that over that way. And then we're going to put, we'll put a stopper here. This will just stop the light fully. So it doesn't interact with our other lights because it will cut stuff off. And then we need a blue light, which is, yeah, I guess the only one on this side is this one. So we'll just grab a splitter somewhere over here. I do wish from a user interface that these things were a little bit bigger, or like maybe a bigger indicator when you're zoomed out, because like when I get out to this zoom, oh, there is an actually indicator. It wasn't always showing. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. It shows at a certain height, but then when you go down, it doesn't show anymore. So they might want to tighten that height up a little bit, right? So like here I can see what it is, but when I put it on here, I can't see what it is anymore. So I don't know why that is. It's depending where my mouse positioning is, it looks like. So something they might want to play around with a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to see what the heck is going on. And then we're just going to bend this one, like over there. And then these will combine and go that away. And then we throw one of these guys in there. Oh, too far away. Okay, no problem. Easy enough to fix. Okay, cool. So that's getting that. And then we just do something similar over here where we can grab like four of these. I don't think there's any reason not to just do 4 separate ones coming out for now. Is that far enough out? I think so. And then we can just kind of join all of these up together. So the belts work pretty nicely. It's not quite as nice as something as like Alchemy Factory, where they're kind of a little more intuitive, like know where you want to go and just automatically turn it. You do have to like stop and move stuff around manually and then push them in. So I can't just like smoothly make a nice belt. So some nice things you've seen in like recent automation games that have solved for that, just to make it a less button clicking. And I also can't like right click to cancel. So I do have to hit the escape button each time. So a couple little things just make life a little bit easier there. Any case, so we do have this coming now. So these are going to start manufacturing. So we need an output for all of these now. So we'll just go out on this side from each of these. And then we're going to need to split this stuff up, I think. So the only thing we don't need is a sludge right now. So if I put a splitter here and here and here and here, and then we've got, where's our garbage pit? Is down that way. Our garbage pit's down that way. That's going to be, yeah, we need the jumping. We're definitely going to need the jumping ones in the next little while. In any case, what we'll do is, yeah, we'll click off there. We'll go here. We'll tell sludge to go that way. Do the same thing over here. We'll tell sludge to go that away. Yeah. Yeah. Like if I could tell them anything, it's just like add right click as a cancel. Because right now right click will delete stuff like that, but it doesn't act as a cancel. So like a quick little nice user update there would just be to make it also just kind of the cancel button, I think. Unless it's something else that happens later on that I'm unaware of. That would be fantastic. So I think, oh, right, we're going to run into an issue here too, right? Yeah, I need the jumping ones. Bloody heck. Okay. Well, we will grab these ones for now. We only need 100 of each, so maybe this will be enough to get us to that, and then I can set up the rest of these. Because I just realized, yeah, I can't jump these over. Gosh darn it. All right. This is not sending anything. So do I need to set up? Oh, I need to tell it any item. Okay. Any item there. Oh, because this one doesn't have anywhere to go. Right. So that's fine. Okay. So these can just go to the junker. Down here-ish somewhere. That's fine. Get rid of this extra track. Yeah, the game does have a soundtrack. I don't know if it's just like off. Yeah, music. Oh, music. There we go. We got some music. I'm assuming it's all royalty free. We'll find out, I guess, when I post this thing. In any case, we're getting this stuff through. We are looking at the reserves. Yeah, see, this bar just never fills up. We've been sending machines in here forever, and it just keeps like getting a bigger bar. So not quite sure what's going on there. In any case, we are sending now this stuff. Yeah, that'll fill up pretty quickly, and then we will get our belt launchers and catchers. So that will make this whole situation up here a little bit easier to deal with. So we'll just wait a moment while these get filled up. We're about halfway there now. Okay, so just a few more seconds away here, and we'll have delivered both of these. There we go. Done. All right. And the next thing here, it wants us to do clean weapons and organic circuits. Okay. So we got to find weapons and clean them up, and then we got to do organic circuits. So we'll take a look at both of those. I'm assuming the weapons are just, yeah, weapon cleaning is just here, which takes the blue stuff that we're already making and weapon. And then red beam. All right. And we'll sort all that stuff out. We got red beam over here, and we got weapons over here too. We got 2 sets of weapons over there. So that's good. The music is now quite loud, so hopefully it's not too bad. But I'm going to shift it down a little bit. It's really loud in my ear. You can probably barely hear it on the recording. Anyways, yeah, we have red light here, and we got red light here. Got 2 weapons there. We got another weapon over there. And then the other thing we need to make is some sort of chemical. This guy here, organic circuit. So we're going to take the yellow one that we're making already and combine it with bio waste and a CN beam. Okay. So we're already making the materials we need for both of those. So there's bio waste over there. So that's going to be not as easy to get to, but should be fine. Let's deal with the washing bit first. So we want weapons and phthalate solution, which is fine. We can do that from over here. Now we have the jumpers. So now we can, we have belt launchers. So we can actually probably delete this stuff. We don't need to send this over to the main hub anymore. I mean, we could, but I don't see the exact benefit of it yet, so I'm not going to bother. We can always redistribute stuff later on for that. So I'm just going to kind of delete these lines there. I don't know if there's a better way to delete. I don't see a different way to do that at the moment. So I'm just kind of like clean myself, not myself, but the space up here a little bit. Carefully delete all this stuff. But yeah, that'd be another little nice quality of life thing they could add. It's not difficult to clean up, but you know, it'd be nice if I could just like click and drag and delete a whole bunch of stuff at once. Anyways, we've got this needs a green beam to be excavated. I've got green beam over here. That's coming from over there, and then I have. Yeah, I've also got another green beam way over there that I don't have to. I don't have to muss too much with. So I could send it all the way down, or I could cross this one over. I guess we'll just cross this one over, because that's just going out into space there. So we can just add a stopper over here, and then we can set this up to go this. Oh, wrong way. Oh, we need to split it, actually, because that's being made for the CN. So we will split that up this way, and then we will set up another splitter here, and then we might as well grab this one as well. Right? We might as well. Like so. Yeah, I don't need the stopper here. That's fine. And then we grab another one over here. Cool. And then we put in our excavators and then put the excavator in. Okay, so that's there. That's there. So now we got those excavating. Correct? Yeah, okay. And then we can get a couple of tracks coming out of there. And we can get a couple of tracks coming out of here. And then we need washers. So those, for that, we need ice for that as well. What did it say we need for that? We need, oh, that's the blue stuff coming out of this one. Okay. So blue stuff's going to come out this way. Washers need to go over here. The washer is going to need red beam, which is right here. Okay. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Okay, so we can get a couple of washers going up here. I don't know how much space I need for anything, really. But if I set up like 4 of those there, it's probably fine. It's probably enough to get us what we need for now. Later on, we'll need the stuff for like other things. So we'll manage that later. But now I just need to set all of this up. Yeah, I think the other thing, I don't know if there's like a copy and paste option in here. If I go into the config and look at keys here, drag left shift, drag to selected entities, okay. Rotate, cut selected, copy selected, left control and C. Oh, okay. So there is a copy and paste option, right? So if I were to set this up, does that copy my, how do I paste? It's not the copy selected, left control, paste, last blueprint, left control V. I tried that. So control C, control V, control C, control V. No, I don't know. Not sure. That's fine. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Doesn't take that long, but yeah, it would be nice to make that work a little bit easier. I don't know why that doesn't do what it says it does, but that's fine. All right, so that's got the light going to it, and then we just need to get the actual weapons going to it now. So easy enough here. We've got 2 tracks, so we'll just kind of like throw that down there. That goes there. This one goes there. Fantastic. This one's gonna come somewhere over here. And then, yeah, go down this way. And then this one is gonna go in there. I think the other thing they could do with the, I like that it has the grid on here. What they could do is do a cross grid and then have one being lit up as being the direction it's going in. That way you always know if you're lined up without having to change direction on your grid here. You can just have it and line them up really easily. That might be helpful. All right, so that's part 1. Part 2 is going to be over here, which is also going to be relatively easy. So what's nice too of the hoppers, they just like jump automatically. So that is nice. So that's a nice little quality of life piece here. So I can just kind of send those over there, which is great. And then we're going to split these up. And then we're going to have the blue stuff go that way. We'll have the yellow stuff go down, and we'll have the green stuff go, what is it, sludge, go up like that. Can I copy and paste this? Yeah, I'm not sure how the copy and paste works. It doesn't work as I would assume it would work. So I'm probably doing something incorrect. But yeah, let me know down if you've been playing around with this game at all, because it doesn't work as I would anticipate most copy and paste work. So that's going there. This is going to go down there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to send the blue stuff over there, yellow stuff down, and the green stuff up. And then we are going to connect these over to this guy over here somewhere. Oops, I hit the wrong button. And I lost my belt. That's fine. All right. And these are not filling because I still need to distribute the rest of this stuff out, which we'll do in a second. Yeah, see, this is where the cross beam would be really beneficial, so I wouldn't have to guess at lining up or do a bunch of back and forth on this. All right, so that goes there. The other thing that happens too is if you get a little too excited, you accidentally jump over your tracks there, and then you got to redo it. So there we go. Okay. So we'll connect all those up. Yeah, see, I did it over here too, because when you're zoomed out, it's a little bit hard to see. All right, so those are all good to go. And then our yellow ones, that's going to be for our other material we need, where we need bio waste and cyan beam. And cyan is going to be blue and green. So that's probably going to happen down here somewhere. We already got a blue light down here, and we can make cyan beam over here. And then we need it. Anything else for that? Yeah, just that, and then the bio waste, which is up here. So that's going to go down here somewhere. So the yellow ones, what did I have those? I had those going down, I think, on here. So we're going to have the yellow ones go down. I think I could just jump right over. Oh, no, I can't jump right over there because these are not going to have a way to go after that, unfortunately. Why did I get two different things on here? Is this not set? That's all set. Okay. That's fine. All right, so this is going to go down, and then we'll go this way, and then we'll go jump over top there. This is going to go there. That's going to go there. That will go there, and then combine into there. This is going to go down. And then I think we can just probably jump it into there. And then this will go down. Yeah, so a little bit of yapping around there a little bit, but that's okay. So that's all going to go down this way and go off into that direction. I'll just make it extra long so this stuff will go. And then this one here is going to go... no, I guess, yeah, not this way. That will go this way. Like so. And then down this way. Somewhere. I'm sure I need that later on for something. But for now, it's going to go in the trash bin, and we can always redirect it later on if we need to. Oh, that's a miss. No big deal. Okay. That's going to go down there. Yellow guys are going to go down there. Fantastic. And this is all going this way, and then this one, oh, we need over here as well. So I do like you can kind of like direct it immediately into those directions. So that's kind of nice. All right, so that's all going now. This is all being fulfilled. We got plenty of everything that we need there. What happened over here? We redirected a light by accident over here. So CN beam we needed over here, which was the, what is that? Blue and green. Where did we mess that up? We had blue coming up. Is that because of this red beam? This red beam is going and messing everything up. So we just need to put a stop on there. Got it. Okay. Easy enough. Did that mess anything else up? I don't think so. Yeah, you'd have to keep an eye on that because, yeah, certain beams seem to be like dominant and they'll cut off other beams, which is interesting. All right, so those are going now. So that will start processing over there, and then we just need to deliver those the clean weapons down this way. So also relatively easy, just need to set up. So I think for this, I don't think this will work, will it? No, I think it has to be connected in, right? So you got to be connected in and then go down. Okay. So I can't do that. I can do this, so it's great. So we'll just get all of these guys, situate it, coming out. So now we got our clean guns over there. And then this guy is also producing dirt as well. So the dirt will split up down somewhere over there, and we'll just dump it out. So these will just come down over here somewhere. That's all fine and dandy. All right. And then they'll come this way. And actually, maybe I'll split the dirt out right here. Yeah, that might be better. Let me delete this out. We'll do a splitter here. And we will send dirt this way. And clean spice melange. We'll send clean weapons over this way. Dirt. Yeah, and again, I think dirt and stuff everything becomes useful at some point. So I think a lot of this stuff will just be kind of temporary until we get to a point where we need it. But for now, dirt can just come down this way. And this stuff can go over this way. And head on over to our deposit area over here. Nice, okay. So that's that. Over here, what's happening? Oh yeah, these guys are all blocked in for now until I get the other system set up. That's okay. These guys can all come down to, say, here-ish. Doesn't really matter. There's no reason why we can't just have long tracks everywhere. It doesn't cost us anything to get these out of the way. Just be careful not to accidentally jump over, so better to stop a little bit short. And send all this stuff here, and then we just straight shoot it into the garbage for now. Like so. Okay. So that's all set up. That's good to go. And then over here, we're going to set up the chemical plants. So it seems like for the most part, 3 or 4 right now is what we're able to do. So I'll set up 4 of them. And again, I'll leave some space in between just in case I need to cross over in between. And then these guys are going to set up organic circuit recovery. So we'll have that going in there. And then we just need to, we just need to send this out to the various locations here. That's going to go there. This one will go over here, and then we'll set up some splitters. And this might not be enough to sustain all of this, but that's not a big issue. It's fine. We just wanted to get going for now. So that's just going to be traditional splitting. And so now all of this should start going appropriately. And what are you waiting for over here now? You are waiting for this stuff, which was stopped. Okay, so that's fine. So that's going there. These guys need power, which was, what was it? CN, right? So CN is blue and green, which we had over here. So we'll just split our green up this way, and then that needs to go up that. Oh, actually, should we split it like here instead? And then we'll split this one here. And then we set up one of these guys going that way. We put a stopper over there so that's not causing any issues. And then we're just going to split this up. Once, twice, 3, 4, power, over here, over here, over here, and over there. Okay, so those are powered now, and then we need to get the bio-waste. It's the last piece of the puzzle, which is right here. So we'll set an excavator up over there. This guy needs magenta. Do I have magenta going anywhere? No, I don't think so. So in order to make a magenta, we need to get blue and red. Blue and red. So we got red right here, we got blue right here. So pretty easy. So we'll just split this. Which direction is it coming from? The important thing is remember where your emitter is, so you split these things in the right direction. And don't cut off anything. So we'll split this like over here, Let me just put a stopper over here so it's not cutting anything off. And then we will simply split this off that away. And then we can just combine it up. Here, can I, if I put, will this interact with the, yeah, see these interact with that. Does that matter? Can I put it there? I think I can just put it there. And then we'll throw that in there. And then I will put a stopper over here. That way I can use this magenta for something else, maybe in here if I need it later on. All right, so this is going now, and then we just need to send that over here. So I think we'll just do something similar like we had before. We'll just have 4 tracks coming out of this guy. Somewhere in like this. Right? Yeah, so this one is gonna go like here, and this one is gonna go right there, and then that one's gonna go there. Oh, not there. That one's gonna go there, and then we'll have a third one, or fourth one, I should say, come in like somewhere around here. Yeah, so that's all easy to hook up. Just get that onto the curve here. And then real simple, straight down. All right, and I've left some space around everything just so that I can set up more jumpers and stuff like that in between if need be, because things will get a little more complex after this. And now these guys are good to go. Oop, that's not what we wanted. So this is gonna come out here. This is gonna come out here, and then this is gonna come out here. And then we need splitters. Oh, not there, buddy. There, and there. And then what? It's the, we need the green, the stuff here, right? So that's the one we need. So we'll set up the organic circuits going that way. And then what's the other outputs we get from here? We get more dirt and sludge. Okay, so that could just go straight down. Right, so if I just do this, this is any item. Green, and then any green, and then any item. Finally, again, yeah, I just need to figure out the copy and paste, because there must be a way to do this copy and paste that is just not working for me right now. All right, so those are going down. That, again, we could just redirect that stuff later on if we need it. And this stuff is going straight to our output over here. Nice. Okay, so we're getting some of the wrong stuff in here. I don't know why. I don't know why we're getting some of the wrong stuff in here. Why is that happening? Unclear. Unclear why that is happening. Ah, okay, so I think I figured it out. So what's happening here is these guys, for some reason, the stuff it's exiting out of here. I don't know, oh, maybe I can just block it? I think maybe if I just block it. Right, so I gotta get rid of these, because these are causing me an issue. The only way to get rid of it is by deleting these tracks. So let me just get this cleaned up, because they won't feed in here. It won't take what it's not asking for. That's fine. So I think what I need to do is go in here and I just need to block. I just need to block output there. Yeah. So that nothing will come out from that direction. And then those should be fine, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Okay, now I just need to delete all this and get rid of all the bad stuff. All right. So now that should be working fine. Yeah, so that's working fine. Okay, so that's all filling this stuff up in here. That is going to get into that. I think I've already actually hit, while I was trying to fix all that stuff up, we already hit our target anyway, so it's moved on to the AI candle, which is likely going to be another episode if you guys want to continue seeing more of this, of course. You let me know down below in the comments if you do. But this has been Middenmoon. Middenmoon? It's got a funny name, this one. Middenmoon? I'll say Middenmoon. Well, let's call it Middenmoon. Anyways, nice, simplistic factory automation game. I do like the light mechanic is really unique. It makes this one stand out, even with the simple graphics. So if you do like factory automation games, this might be one for you. I think it's out on Steam now for like $10. So check it out. Let me know down in the comments if you did, and give me some feedback over the devs as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.